The 350 million Kina Rural Intervention Program was funded by the European Union to support the rollout of agricultural programs and building of roads in East and West Sepik provinces. However, member for Yongoru Richard Maru raised concern that 2.5 years has lapsed since the signing of the agreement between the PNG government and European Union, but there is no progress on the ground. He noted this as a failed project when questioning the minister responsible.
As Minister of Municipal Planning, as minister responsible for this program, as the National Authorizing Officer, what are the targets set by you and your department as the public in the government with EU and FAO to be achieved at the end of the 5-year program when the 350 million is used? Question number 2, you shall all target, like, for example, how much million cocoa seedlings will be distributed to farmers? Which roads are going to be built in the 5 years? Do you have those targets and information or not? You saw it too or not as minister responsible? Because nothing's happening.
In response, National Planning Minister Rainbo Paita says the agencies that are tasked to roll out the programs were faced with some issues, and the main one being the COVID-19 lockdowns.
My department checked on why the implementation was slow. One was that COVID lockdowns. Now, when COVID-19 came about, we had certain lockdowns that the government imposed on flights coming in and going out. At the same time, UN also, a couple of those agencies that are dealing with those separate programs, are also doing their lockdowns. And when a couple of those lockdowns happened, you can understand the movements of people, technical people working in and out. The movement of those staff could not happen, thus delaying some months into the program.
He also noted that the other impediments being the delay of baseline survey and lack of collaboration between the implementing agencies and provinces.
Number 2, there was supposed to be a baseline survey that was supposed to be done once that program was signed off. To this date, that baseline survey was not completed. And that has been some of the major impediments to fully employing and finishing this program. The other one, Mr. Speaker, was that when our officers went to investigate and look at 1 mm delay in implementation of the program, what, Mr. Speaker, some officer on ground in some of those districts that were happening like Nuku, Rekiki, Maprik, Yongoru Sausia, those programs where officers were stapled to go say, "Well, not filling presence floor or straight officers on the ground."
Meanwhile, Mr. Paita assured Parliament that his department would prioritize the matter to work with provinces concerned to address the issues where they can. Stella Martin, NBC National News, Port Moresby.